Hello, thank you for joining me today. I'm Amanda Fowler of Inspiring Inkin. Welcome to my craft room. In today's video we're going to be making this spinner card. It's one of my favourite kinds of cards to make, and look, it spins really well. It's kind of one of those cards that you'll kind of make and then you'll be just playing with it all the time. Okay, so I'm going to run through the things that you're going to need for this particular card. The mechanism for this is actually using the shooting stars. Shall we start again? The sliding star framelets. So that's these framelets. Now these framelets match the shooting star stamps. I'm not actually using these stamps today, but they are super cute. They have a star and a plane and a bee. So really lovely stamp set, but we're just going to use the mechanism here today. I'm using Blooms and Wishes, which is a photopolymer stamp set. And I'm also using the matching or coordinating designer series paper. Now I've just got my catalogue here. It's page 139. So this is the product suite. So it's called Blooms and Wishes, and this is the designer series paper. So it's called Blooms and Bliss, and it's a really cool set of papers. So we're going to be using that, but this is the coordinating product suite. This is our annual catalogue. It started in May, goes through to next June 2017. If you don't have one and you're in the UK, France, Germany, Austria or the Netherlands, I'll be very happy to send you your own copy. Just send me an email, amanda@inspiringinkin.com, with your address details, and I'll pop one in the post to you. So let's get all of the components together. Let's put the card just there. So I have this is mint macaron, which is a 6-inch square card. I've got a piece of designer series paper which is 5 3/4 inches square, so to go as a matte layer. This is a coordinating piece of Island Indigo, which is 4 3/4 inches. I've obviously got my Blooms and Wishes and some Island Indigo and mint macaron ink pads and some enamel dots. If you haven't got enamel dots yet, you need these. These are brilliant enamel shapes. Not sure exactly what they're called, but they're brilliant. And these are actually the in colour ones. These are actually Dapper Denim, but look, they work really well with this Island Indigo. So I won't tell if you won't. So let's do a bit of stamping and cutting. So we'll get out this bit. So with the sliding star framelets, this is actually the bit that we're going to use. So this is actually going to cut out the circle that you can see. There is this one as well, which will make a slider sort of as a smiley face or a frown, but that's really cool. Gonna need the Big Shot. Ooh, heavy Big Shot. Gonna need the Big Shot. I'm using the magnetic platform just so that I can make this central-ish, and then it's not going to move. So I'm going to pop that down, wind that through. I'm just going to put that bit there. And then I just put that on the floor out of the way. Okay. So what it's going to do, it's going to give you a circle, which we're going to need, and then it's going to give you this ring. Now, you don't actually need the ring right now, but you will need it later, so don't lose it. So let's do the stamping. So I've got already on my blocks the stamp. So I'm just going to use these leaves and I'm going to stamp repeatedly in the corner. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting depth of colour here by repeatedly stamping. So it just looks like there's lots of leaves all stacked up together. Okay, so that's those. And then I'm going to stamp the For You, which is this one. I'm going to stamp this in the centre of the circle. And then I'm going to use the leaves, again, repeatedly stamping all the way around, just to give a lovely sort of halo-y type effect. Okay, so that's those two pieces, so you can see there, so that's those two. I'm going to stamp on a white layer on the inside. So what I'm going to do is stamp a mint macaron flower with an island indigo flower in the centre. Now these flowers are designed to look watercolour-y. So they're designed to be a bit broken. So don't worry if when you stamp it you think, oh, that's not as crisp an impression that I normally get with my Stampin' Up! Stamps. It's kind of designed to be broken. And if you look carefully at the image in the catalogue and on the front of the stamp set, you'll actually see the areas where it's sort of slightly broken. So let's just put a sparkle there. So that's for the inside, that's for the front. What else do we need? Okay, so we just need the flower as well. So here's one I made earlier, and then I'm just going to do one of the smaller flowers. Now I'm just going to quickly cut this out. When you're cutting out particularly flowers and things that we haven't got a punch for, I know normally we've got a punch, but not for everything. When you're cutting these out, just leave a little bit of a white layer. Don't try and cut on the line. If you try and cut on the line, I can guarantee you'll go in on the line and then you'll be grumpy because you've ruined it, because you've cut into it, and then you're going to have to stamp it again. Whereas if you do it this way, and I'll show you when I'm done, you do it this way with lots of little white bits like that, it doesn't matter that it's a little bit wibbly. That's a real technical term, wibbly. So pop that on there. So then we're going to put, ooh, yeah, a dimensional on there. Okay. Now we're going to use these. So this is a new type of foam tape that we have. We've had the dimensionals, which are these amazing hexagons, but this tape is new. And it's really cool because it's bendy. So the first bit that I'm going to use, actually I'm going to get rid of that mat so the ink doesn't transfer. So what you're going to do is you're going to put a piece of foam round all 4 sides. This is actually going to lift it off the card. And any extra little bits like that, just pop them down and then you'll find another use for them, I'm sure. So that's that one. And that one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use some of this tape for the centre of the circle. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to pin it down and I'm just going to twist it round. Like I said, it's really bendy. I'm just going to twist it round 2 or 3 times. I just want enough to hold it so it's held proud from the card, but not too much that it's going to stop the mechanism from spinning. Okay, so yeah, that should be fine. So let's do a bit of assembly now. Tombo, let's sort out some of these layers. So I'm going to put this mint macaron layer down on the front of the card, and then I'm going to use these lovely dots in the corner. These are so cool. They give a great dimension, and they're really shiny. So that's those. Okay, do the inside layer. Oops, see? That's where I was leaning on the mat. Now, I always tell my lovely customers at parties and things to do this with their mat. Look, take your mat and slide it underneath your grid paper, because then your extra ink goes on your grid paper. I should have done that today and I didn't. So that's what you need to do. And if you haven't got a stamping mat, you need one. Photopolymer stamps, they've got no give in them, and this is brilliant. So that will revolutionise your photopolymer stamps. Okay, so we've got the inside, we've got the front, we've got our spinny flower, and we've got our other bits. Do you know, we are this close to being finished. Okay, so this bit spins around and around. So first off, we're going to put this frame down. So I'm just taking off all the tape. And popping that down centrally. Now remember this piece that we kept earlier? You need to put that piece back where it came from, because we're now going to put this piece in and it needs to be perfectly central. So I'm hoping I'm not going to get my head in the shot, but I'm going to lean over the top and press that down. Then you've got to try and get this bit out again. It will come out, but you just have to wiggle it a bit. Okay. So how do we make the spinner, Amanda? We need 2 pennies. Most currencies, if you're not in the UK, have something, a copper type coin, this kind of size. It's about 3/4 of an inch. Slightly smaller coins will work, or if you don't want to use coins, you can use washers, that sort of thing, from the hardware store. So you're going to get 2 pennies, put 1 dimensional and put another penny on the top, and then get another dimensional and peel that off and put your flower centrally on the top of that. So you've got, let me show you this way, look, a penny, a dimensional, a penny, a dimensional, and your flower. And then what you're going to do is you're going to slide where the pennies are, where the dimensional is, you want the cardstock to go in that gap. So this bit and this bit need to go in that gap. So the easiest way to do it is to put it on the outside edge first, lift up the flower a bit so you can see, and then lift up, I don't know how are you going to see this, hang on, let me see. So can you see? So then you want to slide that piece, that circle in, and it's really hard to do it up in the air, but honestly, there, look, it's in. And just check that it will go all the way around. Now, these are hexagons, not circles, so it takes a few turns for it to kind of get the corners off. So I'm just going to, oh, look at that. Come on. So I'm just going to get it spinning. Look. Right. I'm going to start I'm going to start the spinning bit again. So there. It's trying to get it on camera each time it spins. Come on. There, look. There you go. Okay, this is a new card. It will take a few minutes. Ah, look. There, that's better. You see? Okay, so there's one, there's two. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed the video making these spinner cards. It's a really quick and simple project to make, so long as you've got the right tools, which are these sliding star framelets. It's fabulous. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that you've seen today, please pop over to my blog, www.inspiringinkin.com, or if you scroll down, you'll be able to see a list of all the measurements and all the items that I've used, along with direct links to my online store. I'd love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you'll always be first to know when I've got a new video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.